All right. Good day to you listeners out there. It's nice to have you on this channel, and it's good you're listening in to this special training on how to prepare yourself what we call your emergency reserve fund. Uh, Emergency reserve fund is something that a lot of persons have talked about, but only very few persons know how to actually go about doing this. In life, emergency does, when you say emergency will not announce itself that it's on its way. Things happen that needs your prompt action. You need to respond. And like somebody once said, he said, what is the meaning of responsibility? Responsibility is your ability to respond. Your ability to respond to a situation. That's, it determines how responsible you are. Well, how true that is, but then in the context we're talking about, how soon can you respond? Responsibility. How can you respond to what your ability to respond to situations? Now, this we've seen a lot of persons go into what we call financial embarrassment that bring them down in life just because they are unable to respond to their responsibility at the right time. And you having the knowledge, it is good that you prepare yourself much, much, much more ahead before the situation comes. They say he who fails to plan has planned to fail. If something happens and then you say, oh, I didn't prepare for it. Yes, there are a lot of things that you don't prepare for in life that does happen. But as much as you can, try to do so. Now, if you are listening to me and you are in Africa, you are in Nigeria, it becomes even more important for you to pay attention to this particular topic. In Europe, in the US, the Western world, quite a number of persons, people have access to credit card. As a matter of fact, it's not a cash-driven economy. You have credit card, you see somebody pay for groceries with this, there's an accident, there are insurance policies that are working for people, you need money, you need to buy something that is urgent, you use your credit card. It's just a credit rating. They allow you to do a lot of things. So there's no time that you say you are cash trapped. Well, in quotes. But in this part of the world, for people in Africa and so on, where you need to use your debit card, the meaning of debit card, like if I had the option, I would not use a debit card. Why? Because I want to be, your ability to use credit facility, not because you cannot afford it, but because I want to put my money in some other investment plan while I enjoy some credit facility that I pay low interest on. So, because I hear people make some teachings, they say it's not good to use credit card. I tell you, it's not true. If I'm in Europe, I use credit card because it helps you to make some savings if you have alternative investment vehicles. Now, but where you need to spend cash, and you are being told that we know that in any economy, cash is king. No matter where you are, cash is very, very important. A man that cannot meet up his responsibility as at when due becomes a caricature of himself. When you cannot meet up your responsibility when it is due, you become a caricature. You become embarrassed. You start knocking here, knocking there, and somebody say, oh, sorry this, sorry that, and things. And it seems the whole world is neglecting you and things. Ladies and gentlemen, why am I talking to you this way? What do I have, or in what capacity do I have any experience of talking to you this way or I'm expressing this? Well, my name is Olushola Popola, a fellow of the Institute of Chartered Accountants and Investment Advisor and Life Coach, and also the president of the Reed Vision Global Alliance Cooperative. Now, ladies and gentlemen, when you look from my own personal experience, I have had situations where I've been in serious cash trap situations. where with everything, I thought I had everything figured out, but before I knew it, boom, the thing comes and I tell the story of when I left left my paid employment. That was way back 2005 or thereabouts. And when I was leaving that organization, I thought I had everything figured out. In fact, what I was going to do, I knew what I was going to do. I knew how much they were going to pay me in gratuity. And I was ready that, wow, once I get this money, I will be able to do things and put things in order. But ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something. Truly, truly, when I left that organization, my gratuity was paid. How much was I paid as at that time? I was paid about 4 point something million naira. And as at that time, I felt, wow, I can never be broke again. I can never be poor again. With 4 million, do you know what you're talking about, 4 million? I felt, wow, the world is in my pocket. And I began to, try to execute my plans and things. But before I knew it, within the first 2 years, the 4 million became 3 million. 3 million became 2 million. I wasn't living any social extravagant life. I was doing business. I was working. But then 3 million became 2 million. 2 million became 1 million. And before I knew it, everything went to zero. And then if it stopped at zero, it would have been good. But then it began to go -1, -2. As at that point, you can't even make, you're afraid to pick calls. I was in serious debt. And I was wondering, what did I do wrong? What did I do wrong? It took me many years for me to know what I actually did wrong. And if you are privileged to be working in a place now, please take this as an advice and work on it. Now, one of the things that I discovered that affected me then was I never had any emergency reserve fund. Now, one of the biggest mistakes that anyone could make, or let me start from the good part. The best thing that could happen to you now, one of the good things that is rightly happening to you now is your ability to earn an income. Your ability to earn an income is one big deal. I tell you, when you can't earn, when you are not earning an income again, you become, something else. Now, and anybody can lose income, maybe health, dismissal from the office, whatever, economy, any situation can cause somebody to lose, the source of income. Now, when that situation happens, the next thing you'll be looking for, your mind will be put in a kind of survival mode. What do I now need to do to begin to earn an income? Now, the important thing that you as a person should take note now that you have an ability to earn an income is your ability to save and prepare your emergency reserve fund. Your emergency reserve fund. It's a global phenomenon that tells you that at least 3 times your annual income must be saved where you don't easily have access to it. Take it, there are different philosophies to it, there are different angles to it. Some people will say, 3 times, some people say 6 times and things. But I think it's easier to work with 3 times. When I say 3 times your annual saving and your annual income. Guys, please pay attention to this. It will save you a great deal. 3 times your annual income, which means if you are earning $1,000 a month, and in a year, that is about $12,000, that means you should have at least 12,000 times 3, which is about $36,000 in an account where you save, where you keep. Well, for those of you listening in from Nigeria, we're saying that where you earn, maybe your monthly income is 200,000 naira. I'm talking in local currency, Nigerian naira. You earn 200,000 naira in income. 200,000 naira times 12, that gives you that's about 2.4 million naira. Now, 2.4 million times 3, that's about 7.2 million. That is the amount that you should have in your emergency reserve fund. Someone says, why do I need to have that? That's the amount you should have. And I'm going to explain. I still go back to my own experience. one of the things you will know rightly well is this. The moment, in life, income can be zero, but expenses can never be zero. I take that again. As long as you are on top of the ground and not under the ground, as long as you are on top of the ground, income can be zero. Expenses can never be zero. If you agree with that statement, just type agree, I agree. Just type I agree with that statement. Type it in the chat box, in the comment chat. Just type I agree, I agree. I don't know. Income can be zero, but expenses, the moment you wake up in the morning, even whilst you are still sleeping, if you are living in a rented apartment, you are paying. When you wake up, the water you put toothpaste on your brush, that toothpaste is money. You've started spending money. That you never made an income does not make a difference. You must spend. Now, when you begin to look at how do I make an income? I'm leaving this. I left a particular job. While I left that job, I discovered that income was not coming in. It was only outflow, trying to stabilize business, trying to do this thing. And when you are working, ladies and gentlemen, please pay attention. When you are working, whether you are self-employed or you are working for an organization, you are constantly working under pressure. Pressure. Why pressure? Family pressure, dependent relatives, the economy, everything. So the money seems not to be enough. You are trying to gather and things. So the pressure is there. The pressure, average, they say if you take out of 9 out of 10, they say about 8 out of 10 persons are having what we call high BP. Not for anything, but mostly because of financial issues. Now, you could be working under pressure. See, the moment the work, please pay attention. The moment the source of income stops, the moment your source of income, the moment it stops, you are no longer working under pressure. No. The moment the source of income that is giving you daily, monthly income whatsoever, the moment it stops, you are no longer working under pressure. You are now working under pressure and tension. Pressure and tension. Pressure, fine. Because the people, your dependents, don't, whether you've lost the job, whether you're not okay, everybody still wants you to do what you used to do. Then tension comes to the place where the income is not coming and you need to make money. You fear. Somebody brings a business. Oh, if you transport this, you do this. You say, hey, okay, how much will it cost? They say, oh, you can just 1 million within 1 week. You make a lot of money. Out of tension, you now go into that investment. You go into that investment, 1 week, 2 weeks, the money is not coming the way they said it's going to come. The next thing you are thinking, what's going to happen? And somebody else comes and say, why did you do that business? Yes. Oh, you shouldn't have done that. You should have asked me now. You should have asked me. I will have told you. And now, which one are you talking about now? You say, you can do this one or that. Hey, are you sure? Okay, no problem. You put in money, and before you know it, all the monies that you collected, this is what happened to me. All the monies that I collected as gratuity and things went into various businesses that I never saw through to the end. This is the reason why the corporate organization, banks, financial institutions will not lend you money if you are a startup. Startups, they don't give startups money. You must already have your business that you are running, and then you can ask for loan because you'll be running an account. But if you're a startup, you are asking finance banks, they don't do it. Why? Because a startup is a high risk. You have great ideas, but who said that idea is going to see the light of the day? So financial institutions don't give startups money. Now, if financial institutions don't give startups money, don't you think it's an error for you, after working 10, 15, 20, 30, 40 years, and you are paid gratuity in lump sum, and your thinking is that this money, when they pay me, I hear it every time. Somebody will tell me, Mr. Shola, by God's grace, I've spent 15 years in this company. In the next 3 years, I'm going to resign. By the grace of God, I know they are going to pay me about 20 million. When they pay me that money, I'm going to use it to start this business. Once I hear that, I tell you, this is potential for disaster. This person, before you know, he will go a begging. He who goes a begging will go a sorrowing. Very shortly, no matter the amount of money that you are paid in that gratuity, no matter the amount, as long as you use it to start a business, and this is your sweat for over a period of time. So, ladies and gentlemen, if companies, financial institutions will not give you money to start a business, why will it be that sweat, that's your hard labor, that's part of you? Because your gratuity is part of you, part of your sweat that was kept forcefully for you. It was kept forcefully to help you when the energy, the ability to earn an income is no longer there. So, having this understanding, then the question is, man, how do I now start a business? What money should I use to start a business? Or even when I leave my job or I'm unable to earn, what am I going to depend on you? Are you saying that we cannot depend on the gratuity? Ladies and gentlemen, of course, that's even if you have gratuity anyway. What of people that don't? I don't have gratuity from anywhere, anybody anymore. It's what I keep for myself that I keep for myself. Do you understand? But if you are listening and then you have that one, that's good. But then for many persons, what do you need to do? I told you that emergency reserve fund, a fund that is reserved is kept in a place 3 times your annual income, reserved and kept in a place to help you in case of emergency, to give you a soft landing space in the nearest future. So many reasons why you need this fund. And something that I always tell people is this: the money that you have not saved will not save you. The money that you have not saved will not save you. I lost the whole 4 million or something to doing business. And when I began to learn about this emergency reserve fund, I looked at it that anytime I have the opportunity and privilege to earn an income again, I will take this into consideration. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go into how do you prepare your emergency reserve fund. Now, there is a law. It's a law. It's not a law. It's a rule. We call it the 50-20-30, the 50-30-20 budget rule. 50-30-20 budget rule. It's just a law. Is a rule postulated by a lady that says 50% of your income should be used. 50% of your income should be used or spent on your needs, while 30% on your wants, and then the remaining 20% should be spent on investment and savings. Okay, I wish to share, because it's something that every one of you, every person listening here, is something that you should be able to get. So I'm going to show it. We go to any site. I just go to any site. It's just there everywhere on the internet. But if you don't pay attention to it, you will know it's there. Like, I'm going to share this with you now. Let me share my screen here. Guys, pay attention to this. If you get this, it will help you into the future. All right. Now, if you go on Google or any of the stuff and just type the 50-30-20 budgeting rule, it will bring you some write-ups. You will see a lot of write-ups talking about what it means, what's this. But that's because that's not what I want to cover tonight. I have other things that I really want us to look at. So if you come under all, you can see right up how the 50-30 budget rules can save your finance. What is the 50-20-30 budget rule, the 50-30 thumb rule of budgeting and everything. Please find time to educate yourself in this area. I just want to go to the image. I think I've taken some trainings on this area before. So I just want to go to, let's pick an image of this and let's see what it does mean. Let's look at it. Now, what the system is saying is this, that 50% of my income, 50, wow, I just wanted to get anyone. This is, why is it giving me this? Okay, well, let me just go on. On that chart, 50%, when you earn an income, whatever whether you are in business or you are earning a salary, 50% of your income should go what is this? Why is this not opening here now? Okay. All right, let's just look at it. I'm sure you can see something right here. Now, 50% of your income should go on what you call your essentials. Oh, you're talking about your children's school fees, your house rent, your feeding allowance, and things. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you this. One of the ways that you know that you are living above your means is when your essentials is more than 50% of your income. I take it again. One of the ways you know that you are living above your means is when the money you spend on your essentials is more than 50% of your income. Now, as an assignment, I want us to do something for everybody listening to me. You want to do something tonight, do it tonight if you have not done it before. Look at the part of expenses in your life that is compulsory you must incur. What part of expenses what expenses do you incur as an individual, as a family, that compulsorily you must make that payment? Your house rent, if you are living in a rented apartment, your house rent is critical, you must pay. NEPA bills, utility bills, you must pay. Transportation to your place of work, you must incur. Children's school fees, you must incur. Feeding in the family, you must incur. So you've got to write all these things, list them out one by one, and then attach the amount that you are spending per month on these stuffs. Yeah, how do I know? Oh, my house rent is 1 million naira divided by 12 so that you can know what it is per month. So that when you get it per month, how much do we use to feed in the house? You put all those things, add them together. When you add them together, check, what is my salary? My salary is 200,000. If all these things put together is more than 50% of your income, you are living above your means. I don't need a soothsayer to know that you have a lot of debt hanging on your neck. Debt from cooperative in the office, debt from owing people, and so on. So you must make sure at every point in time your needs are no more than 50% of your total income. Then the next one is your wants. Your wants takes about 30%. 30%. Now, what are the wants? These are things that you can necessarily do without, and it wouldn't hurt you. Oh, I pay for DSTV. I pay DSTV every month and things. In my house today, at least for the past, when the schools resume, for the past 3 or 4 months, I've not paid for DSTV in my house. And this is something that we pay regularly. But when, just as not because we were trying, it's not because we were cutting costs anyway, because once the children are in school, we don't do it so that it's not causing distractions. Everybody has their own way of doing their own things in the house, So when they're on holidays now, we can buy and things. Now, but by not paying for that particular utility has not affected us in any way. So those are wants. That's an example of wants. Oh, we finished church on Sunday. The children said, Daddy, let's go to Domino Pizza and things. Okay, you want, it's quite long. I took these children out. Let me take them out and things. Well, that is want. If you don't take them out, nothing's going to happen. You can go home and do better family bonding at home, whichever way. So those are wants. So when you calculate what you spend your money on, you're coming back from the office, you decide to just buy burger and things for the house, those are wants. So if you calculate everything you spend like that, it should not be more than 30% of your income. Then the last one, you must have from your income as a matter of compulsion, as something that is important and it's necessary. 20% of your income must always go to your savings and investment account. Your savings and your investment account. 20% of your income. If you are not able to do that, you are living a high risky life. You are eating your fruit with its seed. You are eating your fruit. As a matter of fact, you are eating your future. Your inability to save 20%, I'll be blunt with you. Your inability to save 20%. In fact, when you are talking about 20%, you are talking of somebody below the age of 40. If you are above 40, you should be saving more than that. 20% of your income must be saved as your savings or for your investment. The Almighty knows this. And that's why it tells you, go to the ant. I wonder why God will ask a man created in his own image to go to an ant. Ants. In Proverbs, it said, go to the ant, you sluggard. A sluggard? God calls somebody a sluggard? Who is the sluggard? Let me finish it. He said, who gathers our food in the summer? The ant gathers the food in the summer, saves it against the winter, because he knows that a time is coming. Go and check during the winter time, during the rainy season time, check your house. You will rarely see ants, as you used to see them in the dry season. In the dry season, put sugar somewhere, pam, 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 you see the ants are there. But during the rainy season, you see that you don't see them. Do you think water carried them away? No, water did not carry them away. They are hiding. They have gathered all their food in the summer, and now it's winter time. They feed on what they've gathered. Now, God knows that most human do not even think to gather their food. For every man that is on the surface of the earth, there is always a winter time, a time when you will not be able to gather again. It was Jesus that said something. He said, I must walk the walk, my Father, when it is day, for the night comes when no man can walk. That means there must be a night time for everybody. Everybody, no matter who you are, there's a night time. When the night time will come, you don't know. Your night time is when you are not able to work again. Your night time is when you cannot earn an income again. What will keep you going is what you saved in the daytime. Now is your daytime. So take out 20% of your income and save. Now, the question is, but I have a problem. I'm yet not able to meet up with my finances, and you're saying I should save 20% of my income. My question to you is this. If you get to the office the next day, and your boss tells you, sorry, we cannot maintain this salary anymore. We are slashing your salary by 30%, by 50%. What are you going to do? Only very few persons will say they will leave the job. Most people will say I will adjust. Now, why don't you start adjusting for your night time? Why don't you start adjusting for your winter time? Now, let's do a little bit of some calculations here so that it will help our understanding. All right, let's go. Let's go. Let's look at it. Let's look at this. So here, okay, let's say, sorry, I'll be using the Nigerian local currency to do this calculation. You can do the calculation on whichever kind of currency you are earning in your country. But the principle is what is important here. Now, here I have two, my income is 200,000 Naira. This is Naira. You can call it $200,000, whichever way. 200,000 cedis, 200,000 yen, 200,000 rupee. Let's say this is the income. Now, I want, there's something people say, don't spend all you have, that after spending, make sure you have some savings. But the real thing to do is save and spend the rest. The first thing you should do is to save first and spend the rest. It's not spend and save the rest. It's save and spend the rest. So the moment I get the income from wherever, I want to take out 20% of this. What's 20% of this amount? 20% of this times 0.2, boom, this is about 40,000. So what it means is this: I need to save 40,000 every month from my total income of 200,000. That is the saving. Now, talking about the emergency reserve fund, if I'm earning 200,000 every month, how much should I, or how do I make, what should my emergency reserve fund be? Let's go. I earn 200,000 monthly times 12 months. That's about 2.4 million Naira. 12.4 million Naira. Now, I need 3 years savings, 3 years. Your emergency reserve fund, because 3 years, why do we say 3 years? 3 years is enough good period that even in the case of any kind of eventuality, you can balance yourself. Maybe you are trying to get a new job, maybe you were sacked from a job. Within that 3 years, you'll be able to get something. Oh, you retired from the job, they paid you your gratuity. 3 years, you have not touched your gratuity. You are looking at how do I plan myself? If you have not started the business yet. So that money, that pension money, that gratuity money stays aside. You don't touch it. What will you be spending? Within the 3 years, it is expected that you will have gotten yourself without you reducing or lowering the standard of living of you and your family. Because you have 3 years. So let's say times 3. This gives me about 7.2 million. 7.2 million. These 3 years of my income. Now, if I am saving, that's, recall I told you if you are above 40 years, you need to increase what you are saving. But let's say this is a fellow who is 35 years, 30 years, 35 years, or sit there about, and you just started working, So I want to do this. How many months do I need to save 40,000 Naira, 40,000 to be able to accumulate 7.2? So I divide this 7.2 divided by 40. Boom. This gives me about 180 months. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are earning, can you imagine if you are earning 200,000, you are saving 20% of it monthly, it will take you 180 months for you to save times 3 of that income. Now, please, when I'm saying earning, it does not necessarily mean a salary earner. Even those people that are into business, you must be able to know what is the total profit, or for a business person, or for a business person or a self-employed, you might not go by the way of salary. You might go by the way of monthly expenses. What are your total monthly expenses? So please take note of that for those of you that are self-employed. Calculate all your monthly family expenses, and then you can do the same thing. You want to have 3 years of this money in a place. So when you say 180 months, how many years is that? Divided by how many months? That's going to give us, divided by 12, all right? That's 15 years. That means you got to be saving 40,000 naira or 40,000 rupees. So 40,000. You have to be saving 40,000 every month for the next 15 years for you to be able to build up your emergency reserve fund. 15 years. 15 years for you to be able to build up money that you can spend. Now, if you are doing that, ladies and gentlemen, this is the benefit. Look at this. Well, for some persons, you might not spend up to 15 years. There are some other monies you get. You can bring money from some investment vehicle to put in that account. You did over time, they paid you extra. You can use it to build it. The important thing first is for you to set the goal for yourself. Why many persons don't achieve this is that they don't even see it as something that is necessary. It has never occurred to them before. But when you see it as something that is necessary that you need to do, you begin to walk towards it. You begin to walk towards it. Okay, so if it's going to take me 15 years to build up this amount, let's look at something. 15 years, 40,000 every month for 15 years, you give me this. Now, let's say after 15 years, I'm still working. 15 years does not mean I'm still in a particular job. Within the 15 years, I might have changed job. I can change job, but my goal is not changing. My goal is to have 3 times whatever the income, because as your business or as your job, as you have variance in the business or job that you are doing, your lifestyle changes also. So you must, for every present job that you are, that should be the figure that you are targeting, times 3. Please, I hope you are getting me. If you are getting what I'm saying, if this is making sense to you, can you just type yes in the chat box, please? If this is making sense to you, if you are getting the yes, now I'm trying to take it, I don't want to rush it. I want it to sink in so that you can help somebody with it, you can teach somebody, it's something that you need to teach your children, you need to teach it to your workers, you need people around you to have good understanding for them to have a secured future. All right, thank you very much. Thank you very much. All right, so now let's look at this. 15 years. Now, do you know that in the course of that period, let's assume, let me show you what you'll be able to do, what you've been able to do. If you are able to keep this goal for the next 15 years, at the end of 15 years, you will have been able to save 7.2 million, literally. You know, figures will change, economic situation and things. But then, well, in the last 15 years, if you have been doing that, you can guess what should be in your account by now. So, and I ask you, out of all the money that came into your hand last month, how much did you save? The total money that passed through these fingers since January till date, how much have you saved there? For many persons, none. So if you have saved 7.2 million, let's say I've been saving for 15 years now. This is my 15th year. And in my 15th year was when maybe I resigned, I lost my job. Oh, I couldn't go to the office because of one health challenge or the other. But one thing that is clear, even before my gratuity is paid, if I'm entitled to one anyway, so I know that somewhere, I have an amount of about 7.2 million. Am I going to withdraw this 7.2 million? No. That money is going to be there. So do you agree with me that somebody who was earning 200,000 and saving 40,000 every month, that means he has shaped his lifestyle to 160,000. Do you agree with me? That means his lifestyle now is about 160,000. That means he's not spending the whole 200 anymore because he has disciplined himself to keep his expense within 160,000. So let's now do something. Having been able to save 7.2 million, how long if he still maintains that lifestyle of 160,000 from 200? I hope you still remember how we got it. If you don't remember it, you can wind back and then listen again. So 160,000, how long will he spend this 7.2 million, haven't shaped his life to 160? So let's divide this by 160,000. Wow. He said he's going to spend about 45 months. He's going to spend that money for about 45 months. So let's see, 45 months, let's divide 45 divided by 12. How many years? For 3.7 years, almost 4 years, he will be living the normal standard of life that he was living. His children will still be going to the same kind of school if they are still in the school. He lives in that same environment, his life, while he gathers himself together. This is what emergency reserve fund is about. And this is a simple way in which you can gather it. Sir, your emergency reserve fund, if you are listening to me, your emergency reserve fund is not that, I'm keeping this money. That's why we don't advise you to put it in the bank. If you put it in bank, you have your ATM card, your debit card. Along the way, your car tire punctures along the way. You could have looked for any other way to get it done. But because you know you can easily access this money, you will just go straight and go and take the money. Oh, there's a burial ceremony, and they all told us to put on one kind of clothes. And I don't, oh my God, this is a period where I don't have money. And I don't want to be embarrassed. It's because you have money somewhere. That's why you don't want to be embarrassed. If the money is not there, no pie, no jelly, nothing will collect that money from you. But because there's something somewhere, you say, oh, I don't want to be embarrassed. These are embarrassing. These are things. The next thing you go and take out of your emergency reserve fund. Oh, the children, they want to try. I've not paid the school fees early. Please, I want you to see the scenarios I'm painting. That looks like emergency, but they are not emergencies. Oh, I'm still working. I couldn't pay my children's school fees. And then they send them from home, from school. The next night I say, oh, what am I going to do? Okay, I have an emergency reserve fund. I'm going to take money from there. You are eating your future. Do you know why? If that emergency fund is not there, you will find a way to get that problem solved. But because the money is there and it's easily accessible, you will become dull in thinking. You will not be able to stretch your mentality to get that problem solved. The brain is always your subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind is always looking for the cheapest way out for you in every situation. Your subconscious mind. It's not you. It's not you. It's your subconscious. Your subconscious is always looking, let's just do this. You know, let me give you this. How many of you? How many of us, when you know, in Africa, when we give birth to our children, you know, during the naming ceremonies, they will give the children money. They will say, oh, use this to take care of it. You know, there's that kind of thing. And they say, who are we going to give the money to? They say, give the money to the mother. And the mother will take the money. Oh, they say, this is the first money of this child during the naming ceremony. This is the first money. Mommy, invest this money for, Mommy will open, gladly go and open an account with a bank. Puts the money in the bank. 1 month, 2 months, 1 year, 2 years, baby food has finished. This baby needs to eat. No food in the house. Income is not coming. You know what daddy will say? My dear, that's money that they gave Junior. Borrow me first, borrow me. But we don't, are we now going to be hungry? Are we going to allow to be hungry? Borrow me. I will return it back later. Women in the house, do they ever return that money? Is that money ever returned? In most cases, it is never returned. It is never returned. But let's say that money was not there. Will the man find a way out of that situation or not? Yes, a way. So if those situations are not emergency situations as well. Your emergency reserve fund is meant for that night time, when it is really night, not when it is looking like evening and you think it's night, because you don't want to stretch yourself. Emergency reserve fund. I must walk the walk while it is day, for the night comes when no man can walk. Go to the ant, you sluggard. Consider our ways. That means if you are not saving, you're a sluggard. It's not me that said it to. If you are not saving, if you are not preparing an emergency reserve fund, that fellow is a sluggard. He said, go to the ant, you sluggard, consider our ways and be wise. I was guilty of that. I was guilty of that. But when I began to understand this, I began to do things differently. Now, I'm able to save money. I had a situation sometimes last week, a situation where I really needed money. I needed money badly. I needed to solve something, and it was getting to something that could embarrass me. I've been in the cooperative, in the Rich Vision Cooperative, for a while. If I'm to look at the Rich Vision Cooperative, my accounts there, my wife's account in the cooperative, my children's account in the cooperative, if I collapse everything, I will solve that problem. I will solve the problem. But the cooperative puts something there. The cooperative puts a clause in the Rich Vision Cooperative that if you have to withdraw your money, it means you are closing your account. And you could lose about 20% of that amount. The 20% will go into administrative charges. I don't want to lose that kind of money. I don't want to lose that kind of money. Is there an alternative? What else can I do? The worst case scenario is if there's no place for me to get this money, I will still go to the cooperative. But this time around, what am I going to do with the cooperative? I'm not coming to the cooperative that, oh, please, I'm in an emergency. Please let me close my account. No. I can go loan money from the cooperative. And loaning money from the Rich Vision Cooperative, if you go on our website, you will see all the details, what you need to do. A cooperative can give me ×2 of my savings, and it's going to be interest-free. What kind of money am I looking for again? That, listen, that if I say I have ₦1 million in the cooperative with my friends, what the cooperative does not ask you for collateral, it does not ask you for anything. It just asks for two guarantors who should be members of the cooperative. That's all. And those two people should have gotten savings that is equal to the amount you want to loan. So I need $1 million. I have Tope who puts, I don't know how much she has close to 400,000. I have another Jibori has about maybe 600,000 or so. I asked them, Madam Jibori, please, I'm in a situation, I need some money and I want to take money from the cooperative. I'm going to pay it back just following the cooperative terms, because the cooperative said I can pay back that loan equally within a period of 8 months. Wow. So after all, if I can raise money somewhere and pay over 8 months, the situation before I will pay the money back now, somehow. So now the cooperative is not even saying I should pay back next month. The cooperative is saying I can pay back over a period of 8 months. And the money I'm going to collect is going to be interest-free. Wow. Tope, can you give me a guarantee? Can you guarantee me? He said, yes, no problem. I know you. I trust you. Okay. Jibore, can you guarantee me? She says, no problem. I don't even need to, I don't need to call the treasurer. I don't need to call anybody. You don't need to call anyone in the cooperative. Just the name of those two people. Go on your system and type, I need a loan of so amount. My two guarantors are this. I put their username. That is all. If you do it today, the first Friday of the next month, you get paid. Cooperative is not going to ask you, are you sure? Are you sure you are going to return the money? Well, I see a lot of things going on now. People pay money, you know. I get some messages, they tell me that this person is a chronic debtor, is a thief, is a things. Come, oh boy. Somebody sent me a message and they said you're a thief. What did you do? Say I borrowed money I couldn't pay. How much? 40,000 naira. 40,000 naira? And they sent your name to everybody. This is what you could have averted if you're a member of the cooperative. See, financial, they say he who fails to plan has planned to fail. You must plan your financial future. Emergency will not announce itself. So the moment you are coming into the Rich Vision Cooperative, because this is one way, if you put your emergency reserve fund, if you put it inside the bank, you will always have access to it and collect. But if you put it in this one, you know, when you take it as a, even, let's say you have to take a look. There are some people that come to us and tell us, I need money and I have 100,000 naira in the cooperative, but I just need 50,000 naira to resolve something. The question is, you are going to repay it. When and how are you going to repay? Because the duty of the cooperative is to safeguard that future with you. That is what the cooperative is doing, to safeguard, to force you to safeguard that future. So even whether you have contributed 100,000 and you need 50,000, cooperative is saying, no problem. We are going to give you this 50,000 naira interest free because it's even within your deposit. But we demand that you must return that 50,000. You don't come and say, well, after all, it's not part of my savings. If I like, I return it. Then you are not serious with your goal. That's what the cooperative is about. Helping you, mandating. Let me tell you this. Saving money is one of the most difficult things to do, guys. It's not easy. It's not. With all the expenses there, it's not easy. But when you have a body that works with you to help you, to force you, it's like, you know, it's not that they're forcing you anyway. It's like, you know that you need it. But this is helping you to make sure you work with that mandate. So ladies and gentlemen, this is how you create your emergency reserve fund. And from there, do you know the interesting part? Some people, when they make some money in the corporate, when they deposit money in the cooperative, and after some time, maybe they see an investment opportunity that they want to run, they quickly come to the cooperative and say, can I raise this amount of money to do this? And the cooperative says, okay, no problem, you can go. All we need is your guarantors, and you're on. So your deposit, where can you deposit that money that will help you? The Rich Vision Cooperative. I always tell people also, you can use, you know, you can save your money in gold. Don't take it to the bank. Don't take it to the bank, I'm telling you. You can use it to buy gold and things. I will be explaining those, but those ones are also, they have their own shortcomings. The best place to do it right now is the Rich Vision Cooperative. Whatever your amount is, you'll be saving it. And you can monitor it online. You can watch it, you can log into your account, and you can see what is going on in that account. Ladies and gentlemen, that is one part. And you know that also, that if you are a member of the Rich Vision Cooperative, every year, that's your said amount that you deposited. The cooperative still pays you about 10% returns on savings. 10% returns on savings every year, or whatsoever your cumulative balance is. Is that not interesting? And that is not all. For those people that want to, okay, I like this cooperative. I want to bring in my friends so that I can have guarantee. See, make sure for me, one of the things that we tell when we talk to people about the cooperative, we say get your friends, get people to save as you are saving. These people they may be the ones to help you in the future. Somebody will say, no, I don't like talking to people. I don't like bringing people. No, nobody says you should bring anybody. We say plan for tomorrow. After all, if you are to go to the bank is going to be asking you, bring a guarantor. Bring your guarantor's check. Aren't you going to provide that? Now, we are not even saying bring any guarantor for anything. What we are saying is that get other people to save so that when that thing, it might not be you that will need it. It might be them that will need it. So you can tell Lekon, I belong to a cooperative that got my back anytime. And I think it's good you're a member of that cooperative too. I can watch your back, you can watch my back in that cooperative. And we don't need to go and beg, start bringing our grandmother wisdom to a bank because we want to collect loan. And somebody will mess your integrity up because of a loan that you collected. In Rich Vision, it's not the case. So what you do, for every person that you tell to join the network, to join the cooperative, do you know what? The organization, the cooperative pays you some amount of money as your commission. All these details you can see. You want to get more about how this wonderful concept, how it works. You can always get it on our website. You can get it on our website. You get. If you take some time, there's a video there, even on the website. The website is richvisioncoop.com. richvisioncooperative.com. The Coop. Your emergency reserve fund is important. See, whether you decide to do it with Rich Vision or you want to do it somewhere else, please make sure you do it. Make sure you do it. Let me see. Okay. When you put on richvisioncoop.com, there's a video here. There's a video. The first thing you see is a video that tells you about how this cooperative operates. Please do me a favor, watch it tonight. It's just 15 minutes. It's just 15 minutes. And you see how how the system will help you. All right. And you can just go on, read more, the vision, the mission of the organization, and everything, how we work to support you, what our members are saying in the organization and things. You can get more information. You starting your own business. Look at, if you start with the cooperative, instead of using your gratuity for your business, you can get money from the cooperative to start your own business. You get. Please, and then we have different packages. You can start saving 5,000, 10,000, 25,000, 50,000. But I think if you are really serious about saving for the future, you want to consider things from 10,000, 25,000, 50,000. Because if you're doing 5,000, well, students can do this. But I think for you, that is a business person, I think this is one thing you want. You want to consider from this 10,000 and so on. You understand? And also, you can see the team, the people that are piloting the affairs of this organization. That's Olusola Popola, the president. That's my uncle self, Obafemi Raji. That's popularly called Bishop Raj, a very great guy out there who is helping a lot of people to have financial freedom. And then we have Mr. Kunle Majakulu, the treasurer, someone who has had about 25 years in the banking sector. Who else? I tell you. These are people that you can go to the site and read more about this. Look at what our clients are saying. We have, just go read up what this Elder Oluwadari, these people cannot be lying. We can't pay them. But they share their joy. This is Joy, Madam Jibore, the testimonials about the cooperative. Ladies and gentlemen, this one, and okay, if I want to get started, how do I get started? How do I get started? All you need to do is you have to get the link of the person that invited you, call the person that invited you, send them a message, WhatsApp message, text message, call them and tell them that you want to start. So they're going to give you a link. They give you a link. When they give you that link, and the link is oftentimes the name plus the username. So you can have something like readvisioncook.com/ the username of that fellow. All right. And then, you just come here. It's so simple. Your sponsor's name is going to appear here. Put in your first name, your last name. There's a registration fee of 2,500 naira. For those of you in Nigeria, of course. And then you choose the package that you want. And then you click this and accept. And then it takes you to the next page and you can conclude the process. I don't want to make the video more than this. I think at this point, you will have learned one or two things that will help you in building a financial future. Rick Vision Cooperative is more than just a cooperative. It is designed to partner with you. We, the people that conceptualize this, we've had our experiences in the field of businesses, and we've seen challenges that entrepreneurs face. And because of the challenges that entrepreneurs face, how can we help in this area? And this is one of the reasons why we started the Rick Vision Cooperative. I want you to get back to the person that invited you. Tell them that you want to be part of this. If not for anything, for you to be able to secure your financial future. We hold our meetings every Saturday, and then you can go on our system and then keep adding your comments, and let's share more of your thought. Every Thursday, we train on how the cooperative works. On Thursdays, it's not, this kind of talk is for different kind of, every Saturday we bring some topical issues, topics to, to discuss. But on Thursdays, it's purely training for how the cooperative operates. And you can ask any question at that meeting. Once again, get back to the person that invited you. Tell them you want to start this and let them send the link for you to join and begin to save today. Remember the other assignment that I say you should do. Right now, after watching this, after this, go and write out your saving, your expense. Break your monthly expenses down to your needs, to your wants, and the amount you are saving. Let's start with that. Let it not just be just a talk show. Let it be filled with action. I hope to see you at the zenith of success. Rick Vision Cooperative, helping you to make money, manage money, and also multiply money. Once again, it's your friend and partner, Olushola Popola. Thank you for being here. God bless you.